girl of about 13, with very long and beautiful hair and eyes as dark as night itself, named Miranda, studied at an ordinary high school. Miranda differed from her peers in her great intelligence and seriousness, and because of this, she had few friends. She liked to walk in the woods after school. This forest was located on the outskirts of the city, where Miranda actually lived. She loved to read about the ancient gods and about druids, and because of her druid fascination, she liked to spend all her free time in the forest. There were practically no wild animals in this forest, and therefore Miranda's parents let her go for a walk there alone. She had one favorite oak tree in the forest. This oak was very old and tall. Squirrels lived in it, which Miranda loved to look after, and she also loved to read books under this sprawling oak. Once, while reading the book Divine Comedy, she heard rustling above her. She thought that it was just squirrels jumping on the thin knots of an old oak tree and therefore did not pay any attention to this, continuing to read the book. But the noises didn't stop, they only got louder, as if someone was busily moving back and forth, trying to get Miranda's attention. She looked up and saw a girl, her age. She was very beautiful, her hair was to her waist, she herself was quite tall, her eyes were dark green and absorbed all the looks that could only get there. She also had such a light and carefree smile, which charged with positive and attracted all the looks that were later absorbed by her eyes. She jumped off a high branch and landed right in front of Miranda, who, in turn, did not take her eyes off her, looked in surprise and wondered if she had been hurt. She asked her, "Are you okay?" The girl replied to Miranda, "It's all right, this height can't hurt me." Miranda asked, "What is your name?" The girl answered, "My name is Kitty." Kitty asked the same. Miranda replied, "My name is Miranda, nice to meet you." Miranda asked her, "How did you end up in such a wilderness and how did you find me?" Kitty replied, "I have been watching you and have been following you here for quite some time, peacefully watching you read your book." "To be honest," Kitty said, "I'm so sorry for you." "Why?" asked Miranda. "You have a great intellect, but no one understands you. Everyone mocks you and does not want to be friends," said Kitty. "I'm used to this attitude towards me and I'm quite good alone," said Miranda. With each new day, their friendship grew stronger and stronger. But Miranda's parents started to worry about her, because when she was at home, she was distant and upset about something. She ate little and did not leave her room. She studied less and constantly thought about Kitty. Only in the forest, together with Kitty, she was cheerful. Once Miranda, all in tears, after school without even going home, ran into the forest. She was crying under her beloved oak tree, when out of nowhere Kitty appeared. She asked, "Why are you crying?" Miranda, squishing her nose, said in a barely intelligible voice, "When at school, I went into the school toilet, someone locked it from the outside and 3 girls came out of the booze. They started walking at me with very angry faces. I stepped back until I ran into wall. The girls started beating me, even though I asked them to stop. They did not listen to me when I fell to the floor and was already crying in pain. They stopped beating and kicking me. The toilet door opened and the girls ran out of the toilet saying, 'If you hadn't screamed, we wouldn't have left here and beat you further, scum.'" Kitty, with anger in her eyes, said to Miranda, "Take me to your school." Miranda took Kitty to this school. Kitty said, "Now I will find these girls and we will punish them." Miranda tried to persuade her not to, it would only make things worse, but Kitty didn't listen. Eventually, they found the trio. They asked, "What is not enough for you?" Exclamation mark. "We can easily pile on you more, and more on you alone. No one will interfere with us here." Miranda turned around and saw Kitty. Miranda said, "Alone? Can't you see that I'm not alone? I don't want to fight you, but Kitty wants to take revenge on you." The trio replied, "We don't see any Kitty here, you must be crazy." But then, Miranda seemed to have lost control of her body. She heard an inner voice, it belonged to Kitty. She told her, "Do not be afraid, now we will punish them, as I said, only now I need your body, I myself cannot." Miranda was horrified. She did not ask Kitty about anything. She understood everything herself. She only shouted, "Stop. Enough." Suddenly Miranda heard the sound of sirens. Local news. 13-year-old Miranda Manson has been admitted to a mental hospital with schizophrenia. Miranda Manson claims she didn't own her body. She didn't want to kill 3 young high school girls. in a mental hospital. Miranda, isn't that what you wanted? We punished them. Now no one is mocking you. I am your only friend. Miranda asked. You're a ghost, aren't you? Why did you have to help me and be friends with me? Kitty answered her. Once, back in the 18th century, I was also bullied. No one was friends with me. Once, in the forest, I was attacked by girls, only now, they beat me to death, quite by accident. They decided to bury me under that old oak tree and swore not to tell anyone about it. And since then no one has come to this oak. Until you came, and I decided to help you. Miranda said, since you decided to help me, can you help me with one more thing? Untie my straitjacket.
Thank you for your attention. Subscribe to the channel.